Exercise number 9. Start. Now, generally speaking, this political aspect of the Asian struggle is drawing to its natural and inevitable culmination, full stop. But at the same time, the economic aspect continues and is bound up with all manner of economic problems affecting the world, full stop. From the Asian point of view, it has become essentially a matter of extreme urgency to deal with these problems, full stop. From the world point of view, it is equally urgent, really, because unless these problems are dealt with in Asia, they affect other parts of the world, full stop. I have no doubt that you, ladies and gentlemen, who are members of this commission, realize the importance of what I have said and will make it clear to the United Nations that any attempt to pay inadequate attention to Asian problems is likely to defeat the end which the United Nations has in view. Next paragraph. In Asia, many historical forces have been at work for many years past, and many things have happened which are good, and many things which are not so good, as always happens when impersonal historical forces are in action, full stop. They are still in action, full stop. We try to mold them a little to divert them here and there, but essentially they will carry on till they fulfill their purpose and their historical destiny, full stop. That historical destiny can only be one of complete political and economic freedom within some kind of world framework, full stop. In Asia and the rest of world, there are various systems at work, political and economic, in different countries, full stop. Obviously, it will not be possible to cooperate easily unless we proceed on the basis of not interfering with any system, political or economic, in any country, leaving it to that country to develop as it chooses within the larger sphere of world cooperation, full stop. You can look upon the problems of Asia from the long term and the short term point of view, full stop. The short term problems demand immediate attention because of the urgency of solving some great difficulties, full stop. There is, for instance, the aspect of food, full stop. It is an extraordinary state of affairs that in a country like India or similar predominantly agricultural countries, we should lack food, or what we should not have a sufficiency in food, full stop. There is something obviously wrong if that kind of thing happens, full stop. I have no doubt in my mind that India, for its part, can and we will produce enough food for itself. Stop and